the early turnovers and then not creating the turnovers back. We wasn't able to get the ball back today. So, when you kind of lose that turnover battle against a top team in the NFL, that's kind of like the outcome. We didn't get to play our brand of football today. So, obviously, it's upsetting when you come out and you're on the road and you're playing against a good team. You're like, okay, playing well, but can you consistently do it? And you kind of drop the standard like that. That hurts a lot. But, it's a learning experience.
Micah, 1 week, how would you say you are physically? You kind of look like you're in favor of something coming out of the field.
Yeah, Saquon hit me. He chipped me right in my ribs. That kind of like shocked me a little bit. You know how it is. It was just a good, not anticipating rib shot, and it kind of sewed me up. But for the most part, man, I'm good, and I'm looking forward to finishing the season strong.
But that was you didn't pick it on that same play, did you?
Yeah.
Before you got out?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about the fast start? You guys defensively, I mean, they were not moving the ball. Did something just change at that point? What do you think happened?
Big plays. You look at their play, they had 2 big runs and 3 good deep shots. Other than that, we made them earn it, and you take away the scoreboard. It was about 5 plays that decide this game. And you hate to say that because it's a lot of football, but the 2 deep shots to Devontae Smith and the one to A.J. Brown, and then also Devontae on that slant. For the most part, we were making them earn it. 3 yards, 2 yards, 4th and 1s, which is good football for when you're playing a team like the Eagles. But the other side is that when you play in those big teams, we understand big plays is going to happen. You understand, all right, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, some of the best guys in the league, they're going to make a big play. But you got to limit that big play margin from maybe from that 5 point to 1. You can handle 1 big play, but you can't give a team like that many big plays.
This is your first losing season in a Cowboys uniform. I assume that's not something you envisioned going into this year with what this team accomplished.
Yeah, definitely not what I envisioned. Definitely not what I hoped for. Coming off a devastating playoff loss, and you say, hey, I'm just going to get the same team back, and we kind of know what it's going to look like, what the team's going to be like, and you go into the season and with the devastating injuries all across the board, between CD, Dak, Trey, you just can't catch a break. But you say, there's other teams who are fully healthy, and they're not where we're at right now. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt and use that as motivation to go towards next year.
Like you guys were 12-5 for 3 straight years. The Eagles won the division today, and Washington coming up. So how do you look at the outlook of the NFC East moving forward, and what you guys are going to have to do to get back on top of the division?
One, we're going to have to get healthy. We got 3 or 4 starters who aren't coming back to mid next season. So we got to plan for that. We got to get healthy. We got to keep coming together. It's going to be a tough point, but as far as the division, it's going to be tough. I look at Jaden James as a franchise quarterback, so I'm going to be facing him for the next 18 years of my life. And you got Hurts, who's a franchise guy, so he's, so every team pretty much got a franchise guy that I'm going to have to get used to. So, and then, the Giants, they might go ahead and get a franchise guy. So, it's going to be a very difficult next couple of years. It's going to be a very difficult couple of years.
You ready for the season to be over and restart?
Oh, no, man. We watched a great video this week, and it's about, what you start, you finish, right? And that talks about character, and then it talked about, if you're a great football player, this is who you are. It's not what you do. So, I'm not going to go ahead and say, man, I wish the season was over. And then I'm watching the Super Bowl and be like, dog, I wish I was out there. You got to appreciate these games, these opportunities that we have. So when it comes to how we're going to finish the strong, I'm going to still give my best fight to the Commanders. This is who I am, man. I love this game. Sometimes you don't get the outcome and you don't accomplish what you want to accomplish, but the love don't change, your character don't change. It's just all part of the journey. So I know it's rough. But I'm saying, stay true to who you are and watch how this thing change out.
All right, thank you, Micah.
Station of that
Yeah, I'm
trash.
talking about the Eagles.
Philadelphia
Good job,
ass-kicking
Kenny Pickett. Good job, Tanner McKee.
Yeah.
To
But did
win
you-
that dominantly without Jalen was really impressive. Okay, cool.
Did you see the tush push?
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett got a tush push for a
Yeah,
touchdown.
the last play of the second half. I thought it was,
Kenny
like,
Pickett,
that was
even Kenny
impressive,
Pickett can tush push. Like, what do we? I will ask you this, though, about this game, putting a bow on it. Was this, because we were like, hey, has McCarthy been able to get himself back into the running to keep this job? Did this put the taste in the mouth for Jerry Jones that gets, because I kept thinking, man, this is your rival kicking your ass. And Jerry Jones is sitting there saying, man, if this had been a close game, I wonder if it would have been enough to save McCarthy. You lose 41-7 in a game that felt like it could have been 70-7.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Against
I know they're decimated. I get why.
A third-string quarterback at the end. I get it.
You can't even say we didn't have our quarterback because it's like, well, neither did they.
All
right, so
they didn't even have their second stringer for the second half. Like most of the second half, after Pickett took a hard shot from Micah Parsons. I don't think it looks great on McCarthy, but I think honestly, if I had to guess, I think Jerry's made up his mind and he's bringing back McCarthy. Like if McCarthy wants to come back, we've talked about that. I don't think one game should change that. Like I just don't. Like we can't. You can't just go week by week and whatever that week's result is, that's firing my coach. That's not. Either you got the guy or you don't. And I kind of, based on just what Jerry has said, I think he wants McCarthy back. But you're right. Like going out and laying this egg, like I talked about Jared Mayo, with them looking absolutely lost on a Saturday morning against the New England, or Saturday afternoon, it's morning for me. Saturday afternoon against the Los Angeles Chargers doesn't look good on Jared Mayo and might change your mind on how it looks. Like same for McCarthy. They were dreadful in this game. It's always possible.
Real quick, one more just dog game. But to the hype, it was a quarterback show. Second half, Jaden Daniels takes this game over, and really time of possession. Like it felt like Washington had the ball the entire second half. They get a crazy overtime win over Atlanta. And guess what? Washington, at this point, they sealed the deal. They're headed to the playoffs. Like, can we believe it? Frank Schwab's Washington Commanders have done the damn thing. They are in the dance.
Yeah, somebody might have predicted that they might be a playoff team this year. I just think that, there were MVP chants at the end, and I get it. Their fans are excited. I actually don't mind that conversation when it comes to Jaden Daniels. He's been that good this year. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's played so well that if you want to lay out a reason for me why you think Jaden Daniels is MVP of the league, I'll listen to you. Like it's not crazy. He has played that well. You forget that he's a rookie sometimes because he's just out there in overtime. Look, this is a rookie. Playing quarterback in the NFL is supposed to be hard your first year, right? They're in a situation where they can clinch a playoff berth with a win, a big pressure situation. Sunday Night Football. What does Jaden Daniels do when they win the coin toss in overtime? He goes 5 of 5 for 32 yards passing, runs for 40 yards, and just walks it off before Michael Penix can get the ball back. Like, Jaden Daniels has just been amazing. And I think, Fitz, as we go along with this season, there's a lot of storylines we'll remember, whether it's the Chiefs three-peat if they do, or the Lions winning their first, or the Vikings winning their first, or the Bills winning their first, whatever that shall be, right? But I think one of the enduring storylines of this season is going to be the 2024 draft class and where it fits historically. You can tell me a story right now where this draft class is better than 1983. And that's saying something because that's the gold standard, right? But we've seen 5 rookie quarterbacks play, and I think we're 5 of 5. There's some questions about Caleb Williams, I guess, but he's still shown a lot, and I think he's going to be fine in the future as we go along. Penix was the 5th one, and you just have to wonder, why didn't they go to this guy earlier? Like, I guess that's easy to say in hindsight, but man, I mean, the Falcons offense just looks different with him. And he has the look of a guy who's played a lot of ball. We talk about, it's only his second career start. Well, you know what? When you've started college football playoff games, when you started a college football playoff championship game, you've played a lot of big-time football. And you could just see that in Michael Penix. Like, they take over, they have, like you said, they didn't have the ball at all in the second half. They get it back needing a touchdown to tie it. Michael Penix completes multiple 4th down and long conversions. One 4th and 11 to Drake London for the first down, 1 4th and goal from the 13 to Kyle Pitts for a touchdown. And you just realize Michael Penix has no fear of this situation. He looks so polished and so good for being so early in his NFL career. I thought the story tonight was just the 2 rookie quarterbacks. These guys look great. Jaden Daniels obviously is already a star. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL already. Great game, great fun. Congrats to the Commanders for making the playoffs. And for the Falcons, look, they probably screwed up the NFC South. Like, they need the Buccaneers to lose to the Saints next week to have any chance. I don't think that's going to happen. But if you're Atlanta, what's the story? You're like, well, yeah, we might have missed the playoffs this year, but we're coming because this left-handed kid playing quarterback for us is pretty darn good.
If you're Washington, you made the playoffs. That's huge. But if you're Washington and you're a Commanders fan, take a second today. I've said this a few times. When's the last time that we found ourselves just talking about the football product of Washington? Think about everything that is different about Washington today than we saw a year ago. Think about everything that's different about Washington today than even 7, 8, 9 months ago. Washington is a completely different franchise. Jaden Daniels is a huge part of the why, but I think one of the coolest things that we're seeing here isn't just this, rise of Washington. It's a reminder that when you get it right, we saw this with Houston, now we see it with Washington. When you get it right with the right coach, the right coaching staffs, the right quarterback, the right everything aligns, all of a sudden what feels like a generation of just lost years of fandom suddenly turns around with one offseason when you get everything right. Like this is a home run offseason that changes not only Washington right now being in the playoffs, but the fact that they are no longer viewed the same by the entire sports community in this process is as big a win as all of it. Like, congratulations to Commanders fans that have suffered through so much to get to where this is now.
I mean, you think about obviously the NFL has its infatuation with the NFC East when it comes to primetime games. But next year, the Commanders are going to be maxed out, and for football reasons, because we want to watch this team. When was the last time we could say that? Like, RG3, that was so fleeting because he got hurt in the playoffs, right? Like, then it kind of unraveled from there. This ain't going anywhere, I don't think. I pray for Jaden Daniels' health, obviously. But if you think about it, like the great rookie seasons, we might remember one game, one moment, maybe two, whatever. Think about Jaden Daniels' rookie season. We had that Monday night game against Cincinnati when he was nearly perfect, hit that unbelievable touchdown to McLaurin. The Hail Mary, one of the signature plays, really, of the NFL this century. Really, it was so great to beat the Bears. Last week, brings the Commanders back to beat the Eagles. 6 seconds left on a touchdown pass. And then tonight, a walk-off touchdown to clinch a playoff spot. That's 4 iconic moments for Jaden Daniels in his rookie season. Commanders, like you said, like the karma gods are getting him back, right? You cheered for this team, or maybe you stopped cheering for him for a while because you were so fed up with Daniel Snyder. Respect that, by the way. But now they're just being paid back in spades, right? Like, you're getting this awesome, remarkable ride of a rookie season for Jaden Daniels. You're going to the playoffs. You've had all these unbelievable nights, all these unbelievable wins you've had, and tonight was one of those. Look, just think about Fitz. I mean, really, truly think about the situation. It's 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line in overtime on Sunday Night Football. If you score a touchdown, you clinch a playoff spot. You're a rookie quarterback, and you're like, yep, here you go, Zach Ertz, walk us off. Like, the remarkable, calm, and collected nature of Jaden Daniels, which happens when you played so much big-time college football, won a Heisman Trophy, all that kind of stuff. It just shines through with this kid. He looks like he's 30 years old out there and been playing in the NFL for 8-10 years. Like, it just doesn't seem like anything bothers him whatsoever. He's so cool under pressure. Just fun. Like, Jaden Daniels, to me, when I think back on this NFL season, maybe the first thing I'll remember is just Jaden Daniels' excellence, and obviously the rest of the rookie quarterbacks too.